Please stand for the pledge and remain standing for the national anthem. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. On the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated.
Good evening, and welcome to the graduation ceremonies of Flowery Branch High School. My name is Jason Carter, and I'm blessed to be the principal of the best high school in the state of Georgia. Please allow me to introduce our special guests. Our board chairman, Mr. Craig Harrington. Our board members with us today are Mr. Nath Morris, Mr. Brian Sloan, and Dr. Deborah Smith. Also with us tonight is our Executive Director for Secondary Education, Ms. Suzanne Gerard, and one of our Assistant Superintendents, Dr. Aaron Turpin. Seniors, I have a short speech for you tonight with one last little lesson, if you will. Class of 2024, I want to pose one simple question to you this evening. The simple question is, what is in you? Or another way to ask it may be, what are you made of? I will use this cup in order to help me illustrate what I mean. Let's say I'm holding this cup and someone bumped into me and I spilt coffee everywhere. So the question is, why did I spill coffee? Now, the logical answer you would probably say is because someone bumped into me. However, the correct answer is because there was coffee in my cup. If I would have had Coke in my cup, I would have spilled Coke. If I had tea in my cup, then tea would have spilled out. So back to my lesson, seniors. When life bumps into you, when life shakes you, what are you going to spill out? Will you spill out anger, frustration, despair? Or will you spill out grace and kindness and understanding? You see, what you fill yourself with is the exact thing that you will spill out to others. In my opinion, there's too much anger and far too much hate in the world today. So be cautious of what you consume through social media, books, or even your thoughts. Be sure to find a way to put grace, kindness, and joy into your consumption. Finding kindness and joy is not a journey that we should do alone. You can indeed help others find their joy in life. In fact, a college professor did a simple experiment to help test this idea. If you look at the picture on the screen, the professor wrote each student's name on a balloon. He told the class, when the balloons drop, if everyone finds their own name within 10 minutes, the entire class will get an A for their final exam. At the end of the 10 minutes, the class was not even close. So he gave them a second chance. This time, he told them, once you get a balloon, give it to the person whose name is on it. The second time, the class finished in 3 minutes. The professor told the class, and I quote, "Happiness is like these balloons. If each of us looks for only our own happiness, we may never find it. But if we help others find happiness, we will also find ours." We need young men and women to pour out more happiness and more kindness. Young men and women like the seniors sitting in front of me today. Seniors, my hope is that when life bumps into you, you can respond with kindness and joy. And if you do, I believe you will find more happiness and joy in your own life. I will close tonight with an old Irish proverb. May the road rise up to meet you. May the winds always be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face and the rain fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God keep you safe in the palm of his hand. We are the Falcons, and this is the Branch. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Humberto Martinez. I'm a first-generation student from Michoacán, Mexico, and it is an absolute honor to stand here tonight as a valedictorian of the Flowery Branch High School, class of 2024. Before I begin, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to Ms. Huff, Ms. Lackey, Ms. A, Mr. Burley, Mr. Tyson, Ms. Crawford, Ms. Gursky, Ms. Walls, and Ms. Cabrera. Your guidance went beyond teaching and left an everlasting mark on my educational path. I know I'm not the only student who you've impacted tonight. I'm incredibly grateful to all my friends who have stood by my side these past 4 years, and I'd also like to thank the parents and family who helped all of us graduate today. Most importantly, I would like to thank God because I would not be standing here today if it weren't for him. Thank you. Full transparency, as I wrote this speech, I deliberately decided not to give the traditional Hallmark version of a valedictory speech. Instead of sharing the usual sentiments of triumph and celebration, I felt compelled to offer a more genuine and heartfelt reflection because I realized that tonight might be my only chance to share my story with you all. I proudly come from an immigrant family who left their homes in Mexico and moved to the United States to live the American dream. My parents initially worked as cherry pickers in California, but started working as construction workers after moving to Georgia. Like many of the other 8 million construction workers in the United States, my parents fed my sister and me through countless hours of arduous labor in the blazing sun. I would see my parents covered in sweat, sawdust, and drywall mud after coming home from work. As they unlaced their boots, their work boots, my parents would tell me, "Puedes escapar de este estilo de vida a través de una educación." You can escape this style of life through an education. My parents have lived their whole lives suffering through physical pains, injuries, cramps, and calluses. Because of this, they have always emphasized the importance of an education. Even though I knew I had the potential and capacity to challenge myself in school, I never really cared about my education growing up. I often found myself in the principal's office and faced frequent suspensions throughout middle school. I lacked direction and hit a low point where my future seemed uncertain. However, I realized then that education was the only way I could make something of myself and improve. I applied to the STEAM program at Flowery Branch High School in my 8th grade year after my science teacher, Ms. Walls, suggested I apply. To my surprise, I ended up being accepted, even with my previous disciplinary record. I embraced this opportunity, and with courage, I set a goal to get accepted into my dream school. When I first entered high school, though, I quickly realized that the road ahead would be far from easy. I knew that my motivation to excel academically stemmed from my parents' words, but with so many odds against me, I couldn't help but feel powerless. Navigating high school without knowing anything about college, being a first-generation student, and feeling so out of place in all my classes while holding on to such a big dream made the journey even more daunting. Despite this, I still registered for as many AP classes as possible and maintained a high GPA, all while juggling 2 jobs. All year long, I would stay up until midnight with piles of homework on my desk. It felt like all the work I'd struggled to manage just wasn't worth it. At these times, I remember my parents' words, "You can escape this style of life through an education." My parents' words were always in the back of my mind, yet I never believed in myself and frequently let others define what I could achieve. It all changed though. Last July, I spent 3 days at Dartmouth College during a summer program for minority students, and that's where I met other students like me who had Latino parents like mine who worked in construction and agriculture. I began to relate to the same experiences on a personal level, something I've never experienced before at the school. After meeting students like me at an Ivy League school, I started to have hope that I could somehow and someday be at a school like that too. I never questioned this until my senior year, but little did I know I would be accepted and later commit to Columbia University in the city of New York that December with plans to enroll in fall 2024. I have ultimately accomplished what I sought to do. Having experienced these firsthand, I empathize with the challenges of being judged based on your past and feeling unacknowledged and powerless. Throughout my years here, I learned that there will be countless moments when you must believe in yourself, even when no one else does. Although we may not all share the same goals or struggles, we all faced individual and unique experiences throughout our high school journey. I would like to applaud each and every one of you for overcoming your own obstacles and becoming the resilient individuals who are sitting here today. And now, to my immigrant family, esto es para ustedes. Para toda mi familia, ahorita escuchando en este estadio, estoy aquí porque obtuve el promedio de calificaciones más alto. No más quiero que sepan que no estoy aquí simplemente por mis logros, sino que también estoy aquí gracias a las manos de mis padres, que han trabajado constantemente bajo el sol. Estoy aquí para cumplir el sueño de mi madre de ir a la escuela y seguir estudiando. Estoy aquí para mostrar que como inmigrante sí se pudo y sí se puede. A mi mamá, mi papá, Mari, tía Fernanda y el resto de mi familia, los amo. Este diploma es tanto para ustedes como para mí. Before I conclude, remember that whatever path you take, there will always be different hurdles trying to hold you back. There wasn't a clear path of education for me to follow, but instead, I was determined to pave a new path for my family and me, to create opportunities where none existed before. I encourage you all to reflect on your struggles and cherish the journey that got you here today. Education will not be the answer for everyone, but what's important is to find your path and believe in your ability to overcome challenges. If you're ever doubting yourself, envision a future where you can proudly say, "They told me I couldn't, so I did." Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Avery Marks. Thank you, Flowery Branch High School, class of 2024, for allowing me to represent you in this special moment as your salutatorian. I ask that you give me a few minutes to share something God has put on my heart. Another big part of my life is music, so I've dropped 24 musical references throughout my speech tonight for you to discover. Are you ready for it? It's been a long, long time since I began dreaming about graduation day, and now it is here, and it will be a night to remember. We are in this moment now. Capture it, remember it. Every single one of my classmates is familiar with the singular piece of paper you receive at the end of the school year. This paper is of utmost importance in academia, ranking you and your peers. This paper, fellow seniors, is the official high school transcript, which we have been developing for the past 4 years. This sheet of paper contains your grade point average, class rank, and final grades, and it can feel like it defines us. Academic excellence implies hope for future success in life, from university education to careers in the workplace. From the start, I am the girl I've always been. My dedication to my studies has never wavered. I often chose to stay home and pore over textbooks instead of enjoying time outside with friends at social events and playing sports. My high school transcript reflects the choices I've made throughout middle school and high school to stay disciplined and do my best to succeed. While many of my classmates were out at sporting events, concerts, and band competitions, I chose to have quiet nights spent at home with just me, my computer, my textbooks, my favorite ballpoint pens, and shots of espresso. There were defining moments in my high school years when I grew closer to God and came to know Him as a comforter and a friend. I remember everything so well. Many in this room were equally dedicated to their studies and made many sacrifices to build their astonishing transcripts. They are your honor students, club officers, tutors, and classmates in AP courses. These people balanced countless commitments to school, family, work, internships, and the numerous successful Flowery branch clubs and teams. I applaud them for their impressive time management skills and ability to excel at school, in the workplace, and at home. You guys are gonna go far. Other graduates have achieved success in other areas of their lives, such as sports, band, the arts, work, or clubs. These are individuals who played in the marching band, won championships for athletic events, worked to support themselves, or participated in fine arts competitions. Maybe your transcripts were not what you wanted them to be, or maybe they were, but other parts of your high school career were successful in your own right. Regardless, you achieved greatness outside of the classroom, which has its own value and should be acknowledged. Then, of course, there is everyone else. Maybe school just wasn't your thing and you barely scraped by in your classes. Maybe you're surprised you even made it to graduation because of the hardships you've endured. Or maybe you put in the time and effort to succeed academically, but it just didn't work out for reasons outside of your control. For whatever reason, your transcript is just a piece of paper to you. You'll look at it tonight and never think about it again. This is the reality for many of you, and perhaps your transcript only tells part of your story that represents triumph and perseverance. You do not have any more or less value because of your grades in high school. For all of you, I want to highlight that this transition in time is a rare opportunity for you to become someone entirely new. Whether you earn numerous academic accolades or fought for C's in some classes, all of us get the chance to leave our transcripts behind and start over. After the storm of high school nonsense ends, no matter where you go, whether it's college, the workforce, the military, or elsewhere, you can begin again. Neither your high school self nor your transcript defines who you are as you leave high school. Everyone has different paths, and I encourage each and every one of you to contemplate your life in this magic moment. Are you the type of person you would like to be friends with? Knowing you can move on from your high school self, what are some things you'd like to change? And how can you better yourself in the ultimate pursuit of purpose? No one knows the answers to these questions, and there are no correct answers to give. You are the only person who can answer them, and you are the person it affects the most. Don't look back in anger at the time you may have wasted, the opportunities you squandered, the risks you didn't take, or the mistakes you made. Instead, look ahead to the future. So, where do we go now? I urge you to leave your past self and transcript behind and choose a new perspective for life. See it not as what it is, but as what it could be. You can call it what you want, but I am choosing to call life a gift from God, and I plan to pursue what He calls me to do. I pray you go everywhere and see everything in this magnificent, divinely created, awe-inspiring world. I hope you choose compassion, tenderness, honesty, and love in a world that praises pride, selfishness, greed, and deceit. Let us feel it all, joy, pain, and sky. Take care of yourself and find a deeper well. Long story short, we survived all of our years of public education. Congratulations, class of 2024, for all that you have achieved at the branch. There ain't no mountain high enough to describe this feeling of sheer joy, excitement, and anticipation for what is next. The future is bright, dazzling. Thank you.
Faculty, family, friends,
Please join me in congratulating these soon-to-be graduates of the class of 2024. We are so grateful to Pastor Franklin and the entire Free Chapel family who allows us to use this fantastic facility and broadcast this around the world so those who could not join us in person can be part of the festivities. Please help me thank Free Chapel. And finally, if you'll please help me thank the team from Flowery Branch High School who's worked so hard to make this day as special as it should be. I continue to believe that we are blessed to live in the greatest country on earth. If you have served or are serving or have committed to serve in any branch of the United States Armed Forces, would you please rise so we can thank you for your service? Now, some of you may wonder why I'm here. In reality, I'm here just to do one thing, to tell these four folks who make up your Hall County Board of Education that you guys have done everything you need to graduate. However, Dr. Carter, I get the opportunity to deliver your final lesson in high school. Don't worry, just 3 short points. Point number 1, absolute truth exists. What was true 100 years ago, what was true 500 years ago, what was true 5 minutes ago will be true 10 minutes from now and 50 years from now. Now, there's so many in the world, these so-called influencers, who will try and peddle their brand of truth to you. Sometimes truth is hard to find. Even big, big truths. A truth as big as true north. For those of you who don't know what true north is, it is the geographic North Pole of the Earth. Should be pretty easy to figure out. Truth that big. And Dr. Carter was bragging to me about how bright the class of 2024 is. So seniors, take your hand and point to me in the direction of true north. Let's see it. Arms up. Point to it. Point to it. What? A truth that big, perhaps we need a tool to help us. This is what your parents and I call GPS, okay? It's a compass, and it will identify the magnetic North Pole. I know that the magnetic North Pole is a little bit off from true north, but it's very, very close. So true north is right there. So conservatively, 70% of you were wrong. You couldn't find a truth as big as true north. So think about how challenging it's going to be for you to identify truth in your life. William Faulkner, Nobel Prize laureate, said it like this: never be afraid to raise your voice for honesty and truth and compassion against injustice and lying and greed. If people all over the world would do this, it would change the earth. Point 2, Gen Z has had instant access to so much stuff. You've really not had to delay gratification for much. I mean, think about it. If you're hungry, you're going to Kroger, Instacart's gonna get your food for you. Uber Eats is gonna bring it to you. DoorDash is gonna bring it to you. If you're not feeling good, Minute Clinic can tell you why you're coughing in just an instant. If you need new jeans or a towel for the beach, Prime can have it for you tomorrow or maybe even a few minutes. Instagram, it's in the word, instant. In an instant, you can see what's going on anywhere in the world. Gen Z watches video on demand through Hulu, Netflix, Paramount Plus. And what's crazy is you maybe pay a couple dollars extra to not have to delay gratification for 2 minutes and go ad-free. and you pay for it all by transferring money through Venmo or paying with Apple Pay. Let me show you there's some benefits for delaying gratification in our instant world. There's a study that came out of Stanford University, been replicated many, many times. And it asked children if they wanted a ooey gooey sugar high of a marshmallow. However, if they could delay gratification just 15 minutes, they could double their sugar high. So what were the results? It was a mixed bag. Some chose 1, some chose 2, but this is where it's interesting. Those who delayed gratification realized some amazing benefits. They realized increased SAT scores. They realized greater mental stability. They realized improved performance in college and work. They increased social competence and reduced engagement in harmful behaviors. So it's up to you. Will you go for the quick sugar high, or will you delay gratification for all the benefits that come with it? And finally, do everything you do with integrity. Do the right thing even when no one is watching. Brene Brown says it like this: integrity is choosing courage over comfort, choosing what is right over what is fun, fast or easy, and choosing to practice our values. In my 54 years on earth, I have never regretted doing the right thing. Now, many have argued with me and disagree with me it was the right thing. And I'm here to tell you they will argue with you. Choose to do the right thing. Each of us only has 24 hours in every day. In your 24 hours, I encourage you to seek truth. To every once in a while, delay gratification and conduct yourself with integrity in all aspects of your life. There is sound to this, but you guys, there you
If
go.
Oprah uses her 24 hours wisely. That's it. If you only have 24 hours in a day, your success is dependent upon how you use the 24. You gotta hear me. People talk about Oprah Winfrey, Ted Turner, Warren Buffett. Listen to me. I don't care how much money you make. You only get 24 hours in a day. And the difference between Oprah and the person that's broke is Oprah uses her 24 hours wisely. That's it. Listen to me. That's it. You get 24. I don't care if you broke, you grew up broke. I don't care if you grew up rich. I don't care if you're in college, you're not in college. You only get 24 hours. And I blew up literally. I went from being a high school dropout to selling 6,000 books in less than 6 months. What happened? In my 24 hours. I was like, okay, Eric, you got to get a grip on your 24 hours because you're about to be broke for the rest of your life. And that's all I need you to do for me. I can tell you all about your life if you just write down your 24-hour schedule for me. You let me look at it. I can tell you where you're going to be in 5 years. I can tell you where you're going to be in 10 years. I can tell you where you're going to be in 20 years if you keep that schedule.
So, as I promised you, Mr. Chairman, members of the Hall County Board of Education, in accordance with the regulation and policies of the Hall County Board of Education in the state of Georgia, and on behalf of this Hall County Board of Education and Superintendent Will Schofield, I hereby declare that these members of the class of 2024 have met all requirements and are therefore eligible to be designated as graduates of not the best high school in Georgia, but the best high school of the United States of America, Flowery Branch High School, with all rights and privileges appertaining thereto. Congratulations, it's time.
Humberto Martinez, valedictorian with honor. Avery Elizabeth Marks, salutatorian with honor. Crimson Ashley Johnson, President with honor. Casey Marie Beaver, Vice President with honor. Ella Marie Lemon, Secretary with honor. Georgia Ann Durio, Representative with honor. Ty Christopher Akins with honor. Kalechi Chiamaka Anaba with honor. Aaliyah Aaron Ash with honor. Kaylin Blue Atkinson with honor. Alana Daniela Barea with honor. Olivia Michelle Barr with honor. Preston Eugenio Barriga Ramirez with honor. Brianna Noel Barton with honor. Sarah Leanne Boatwright with honor. Catherine Elizabeth Brack with honor. Joseph Allen Brandt with honor. Jana Elizabeth Brooks with honor. Tristan Scott Browning with honor. Emma Lee Burnett with honor. Cameron Will Campbell with honor. Reese Dalen Christopher with honor. Kinsley Reese Compton with honor. Sadie Elizabeth Corbin with honor. Caitlin Mary Corcoran with honor. Gabriela Elena Delgado with honor. Giselle Jasmine Diaz with honor. Mason Darwin Dillon with honor. Ace Connor Eason with honor. Zachary Daniel Freeburn with honor. Ashlyn Grace Gailey with honor. Sawyer Lynn Graham with honor. Ryan Paul Gruss with honor. Sharnice Kyla Ham with honor. Julia Cox Hargrove with honor. Ava Lynn Hart with honor. Lily Ann Hawkins with honor. Olivia Colleen Heck with honor. Catherine Ann Hendry with honor. Alyssa Marie Herringshaw with honor. Catherine Grace Hill with honor. Braden Robert Hoffman with honor. Addison Pace Holland with honor. Ashlyn Sage Hunt with honor. Matthew Alexander Jones with honor. Carly Alexandra Katulka with honor. Heather Viola Jing Kilaki with honor. Hannah Claire Kimsey with honor. Zena Ruth Kone with honor. Sarah Catherine Kramer with honor. Zoe Ray Kwame with honor. Seth Ryan Larson with honor. Serenity Tran Lee with honor. Jackson Douglas Lee with honor. Sarah Elizabeth Lemons with honor. Emily Elizabeth Lopez with honor. Lincoln Douglas Lunt with honor. Mason Riley Lyon with honor. Hannah Nevea Madrigal with honor. Logan Glenn Magnuson with honor. Katie Marie Martin with honor. Madeline Grace McGovern with honor. Emily Reese Mershon with honor. Kelsey Marie Mahler with honor. Daryl Caleb Moore with honor. Jacob Thomas Moore with honor. Athena Morthy with honor. Garrett Paul Murphy with honor. Richney Pham Nguyen with honor. Garrett Joseph Noble with honor. Nicholas Stephen Pagnier with honor. Sarah Paige Parker with honor. Jimmy Pham with honor. Elena Marie Price with honor. Denaya Marie Randolph with honor. William Reed Riley with honor. Tanya Rodriguez with honor. Benjamin Samuel Santa Jr. with honor. Cameron Faith Sexton with honor. Allie Lynn Shed with honor. Gigi Diane Sladek with honor. Fatima Soto with honor. Joshua Anthony Stowe with honor. Natalie Page Taylor with honor. Anna Barnes Turner with honor. Anastasia Irene Turpin with honor. Dean Joseph Voss with honor. Emma Marie Vega with honor. Paige Ashlyn Volkerding with honor. Darius Cole Walters with honor. Samantha Faith Walton with honor. Joshua Thompson Warren with honor. Mackenzie Grace White with honor. Chelsea Sawe Yoon with honor. Autumn Haley York with honor. Emma Lisa Jian Yudi with honor. Matthew Lawrence Young with honor.
Michael Allen Akari. Natalia Sofia Agudelo. Teresa Almanza. Anthony Jody Isaiah Ariano Rodriguez. Valerie Arias Romero. Evan James Arnaud. Joseph Francis Asmer. Jalen Elias Agustin. Elmer Aviles Rabillar. Ricky Antonio Jerome Bailey. Noah Aiden Lee Baker. Eduard Gerardo Barahona Canales. Luna Marie Benitez. Skylar Orion Benitez. Raylan Danae Marie Bird. Anadria Ilorna Isilma Blake. Brianna Marie Bombaderi. David Sebastian Bonilla. Martin Joseph Boudreau II. Savannah Riley Brackett. Caden Alexander Brand. Skylin Patricia Brady. Sarah Elise Brookshire. Cole Maddox Brown. Chelsea Nicole Tyner Bryant. Genevieve Lauren Bryant. Zachariah Lee Burden. Haley Ann Bersinger. Brendan Christopher Burchell. Samantha Caballero. Angel Brandon Calderon. Caitlin Elizabeth Cangelosi. Gracie Chanel Carter. Madeline Elizabeth Caruso. Ashley Grace Caston. Olivia Jen Chung. Cameron Brooke Klaus. Christopher Cobian. Jake Ronan Comlin. Ryan Ethan Comlin. Bennett Lee Conley. Brendan Robert Corey. Andrea Valentina Cuartas Mendez. Julian Cuevas. Bradley Marie Cuthbert. Eric Yandel de Jesus Lopez. Rochelle De Leon. Edward Jose de Oleo Camilo. Andy Jonas Del Angel. Brian Jose Del Carpio Barstizda. Libby Scott Dell. Morgan Ashley Dent. Luna Stephanie Diaz. Audrey Grace Dillard. Maggie Elaine Dixon. Nathan Eden Donham. Kylie Ariana Downer. Sanai Nafisa Tiange Drayton. Malik Rashad Dryden. William Sean Joseph Dunphy. Jordan Darnell Elder. Yair Giovanni Escalante. Samuel Espinoza. Reagan Tyler Eubanks. Talon James Falcon. Kylie Nicole Farmer. Jalen Tyler Ferguson. Ethan Ridge Fetterman. Melissa Flores. Megan Claire Frady. Mason Patricio Funkhauser. Tyler Joseph Galasso. Jasper Amelia Garcia. Sophia Elena Garcia. Chloe Ruth Wandia Gibbons. Eva Lillian Gomez. Angie Gonzalez. Lydia Thais Graham. Cadence Renee Granados. Noah Abraham Gordado. Jayla Marie Goots. Christian Alexander Gara Garcia. Hector Ivan Gutierrez. Austin Jordan Guzman. Andrew Chase Hammock. Nicholas Christian Harden. Garrett Dawson Harper. Grant Lee Harrison. Kirsten Faith Hatcher. Alondra Maria Hawkins Graciani. Addison Nicole Hayes. Cameron Pace Haynes. Jocelyn Ruby Hernandez. Kiem Pham Za Hoang. Caden Noah Holloway. Casey Nolan Hulsey. Kelsey Renee Huskin. Gracie Maud Hutchins.
Tyson Mai Win. Samantha Valentina Iriarte Mendoza. Hashim Suleiman Isa. Tyler J. Jackson. Samir Eliezer Jaimes. Dylan Cole Jameson. Leland Scott Johnson. Michael Maurice Johnson. Ryan Ronald Johnson. Winston George Olajide Johnson. Natalie June Jones. Marcos Daniel Juarez. Alishba Imam Kashif. Madison Paige Kelly. Elijah Richard Keep. Keita Kikuchi. Vincent Roberto Kilroy. Skylar Mackenzie Knight. Brian Lamar Rodriguez. Audrey Lamptey Mills. Austin Jaden Lane. Jonathan Alexander Lanza Duran. Noel Lara. Alana Rochelle Lawton. Jasmine Lee. Brooklyn Cole Ledford. Skyla Star Leafite. AJ John Leverett. Alyssa Grace Little. Rachel Rose Lombardi. Aaron William Long. Hannah Nicole Lunabon. Ariana Lorenzo Villanueva. Ashley Caitlin Lovelace. Frankie Juan Lozada. Devin Pierce McDonnell. Joshua Lane McDonnell. Martin Martinez. Jose Alexis Martinez Diaz. Hannah Faith Martinez Espinosa. Lon Parker Massey. Brian Mata. Corey Michelle McCanna. Tanaya Nikiera McLeod. Alyssa Deanne Millwood. Moises Alexander Montalvo. Kaylin Isabella Montes. Hunter Brady Moore. Layla Rosemarie Moore. Lacey Marie Danielle Moat. Kieran Mackenzie Mirad. Nicole Murieta. Luke Princeton Nazaire. Bethany Lynn Noland. Alexia Noreda Noriega. Galilea Ochoa. Gavin Anthony Odom. Joshua Patrick Oliver. Genesis Gabriela Ortega Flores. Daniel Ortiz Perdomo. Anthony Otero. David Ovedo. Jacob David Parker. Carla Victoria Parra Flores. Vedahi Mahesh Kumar Patel. Uriel Patino.
Nicholas Shane Patton. Colin Jacob Pearson. Joshua Glenn Peavy. Israel Pedraza Guerrero. Denise Peralta Salas. Frank Perez. Abraham Phillips. Evan James Peitzik. Angel Joxon Plata Contreras. Austin Luciano Portillo. Ava Marie Powell. Samuel Lloyd Ratchus. Medel Concepcion Ramirez Barrera. Nayeli Ramos. Janaya Unique Ransom. Kenya Reyes. Danielle Rochelle Rivera Guzman. Dylan Charles Roberts. Cami Marie Robinson. Norieli Rodriguez Alcantar. Sarid Rodriguez Venegas. Royce Lexington Rogers. Kevin Alex Romero. William Jared Ross. Carter Thomas Rolette. Alfredo Rubio Suarez. Jacob Michael Rudelige. Dominic Nestor Sanchez. Harrison Charles Santamaria. Tatiana Marie Santiago. Eric Anabal Santos Rodas. Hayden Luke Satterfield. Amaya Janae Scott. Brian Clark Siebold. Elizabeth Sorato. Aiden Scott Sheehan. Emily Marie Shepard. Nicholas Tabo Samela. Casey Elizabeth Skaggs. Ella Claire Smith. Carla Vanessa Sorto. Milton Arcides Soto Fuentes. Nolan Alexander Stevens. Nicholas Mark Summerhour. William Jacob Teal. Brian Daniel Terry. Madeline Charlize Timms. Jonah Daniel Townsend. Micah David Townsend. Lincoln Ross Trim. Kelvin Adiel Tercios. Aiden Thomas Valentine. Jackson Alejandro Valadares. Alexander Patrick Walker. Destiny Tashana Ware. Alexis Lynn Webb. Victoria Yelese White. Amani Monique Wilson. Ella Grace Wolfram. Angelina Marie Wright. Ella Grace Wyatt. Santiago Zapata Ruiz. Cassidy Rose Zierton.
Congratulations, class of 2024. Okay, I know y'all have your empty diploma holders in hand and are ready to get out of here, but I have a few more words before we depart as Falcons for our last time together. On behalf of our class, I'd like to thank teachers, administration, family, and friends that are here to celebrate our academic achievements today. Thank you. I want to begin with congratulations, firstly to the parents of these young men and women for raising such ambitious and talented students. And secondly, And secondly, to my fellow classmates for making it out of the school parking lot alive every day. That is a crazy feat to do. Seriously, how exciting is it to survive 12 years of academia and bask in the glory of a polyester robe and super unflattering hat? Truly, we have all fostered a sense of community and achievement this year, and I'd like to reflect on everything that we've accomplished as the best graduating class from Flowery Branch. We started the year with painting cars and watching the sunrise on the 50-yard line of our home field, the same field that we'd get together with the rest of the school and become the highly feared dark side. I have to say, as the best student section, we have the best tradition of chanting the phrase, "I believe that we have won." And I truly believe as time went on, we really have won. Just to name a few things, we had 2 state winners in wrestling, theater was runner-up at state, and game day cheer was 4th in the state for their first time ever competing. Then in the spring, tennis and baseball both made it to Sweet 16, and of course, our iconic Powder Puff victory last week. Yes! When you look around the room at those around you, I hope you can be proud of your peers for their dedication and accomplishments. Whether we realize it or not, it's those around us who shape us into the people we are today. Relationships are one of the core necessities for life and teach us about trust, loyalty, and the depths of human connection. Every person in this room is a melting pot of each relationship they've ever had in their story, both good and bad. M. Scott Peck is often quoted for saying, "All human interactions are opportunities either to learn or to teach." Every day we've spent in the classroom, we've been learning material, but just as much learning about ourselves. When you think back to your favorite class, I know you won't smile at the thought of trigonometry or writing a timed essay, but you will smile at the thought of the people you surrounded yourself with. Every person you meet, you leave a trace of your personality with them, and they do the same for you. We are all compilations of delicate details remaining from past relationships. So with this in mind, we should all be proud of who we've become alongside those around us in this church today. Each person to walk this stage was a physical representation of everyone they've surrounded themselves with for the past 12 years. Nobody would have such unique personalities that make them who they are without the friendships they fostered through our academic years. This room alone is filled with millions of memories, and times we've spent together as a class might be some that we get to tell our kids about when we're older. Our memories, personality traits, and life experiences we've made with each other are like clay that sculpted us into our own individually beautiful stories. With that being said, the sculptures produced may or may not be what we want, but the best part about clay is that it's malleable. We can decide what traits we want for ourselves and build the best parts of ourselves out of our best friends. We've gotten here today because of those around us, and now we get to celebrate with them before expanding our horizons and meeting new faces that will contribute even more to our stories. We've been so well prepared by our friends, families, and teachers that we can confidently take our first steps alone in these coming months. And we are fully equipped and ready to have successful, bright futures that we will awkwardly catch up on at our 10-year reunion. So as we stand on the edge of our future, it's like we're holding a giant map with half of it torn off. We might not know exactly where we're going, but we can all agree on one thing. Our ability to navigate through the last 4 years of group projects, friendships, and trying not to get dress coded in the halls means we're pretty much ready for anything. May your sense of direction in life be better than when you tried to find your first class on campus. Congratulations, class of 2024. We are officially alumni. Graduates, please rise and remain standing for the alma mater. And you may now move your tassel from right to left. We did it!